Hello, and welcome to the story of Ida McClure from Thurmond in New River Gorge National River, a place where history is hidden in plain sight. Ida McClure lived most of her life in and around the town of Thurmond, but there's one time period in particular that she was most well known. It was during the World War II years when she served as a community leader and ran the local restaurant, the Homestead.
Born Ida Vermont Hinkle in 1883 near Thurmond, she was one of 4 children. Ida was raised in a time when the coal and railroad industries were booming in the New River Gorge. Thurmond was at the heart of it all, a major railroad town that was a center of commerce and social activities. In 1899, Ida married Adam Thomas. They had 6 children together. Adam passed away in 1926. Ida later married James Mac McClure. Over the years, Ida was known for her strong nature, a pillar of the community. In 1940, Mrs. McClure opened the Homestead restaurant. The restaurant was on the ground floor of one of the big buildings downtown. Ida's family lived in some of the apartments on the upper floors. The Homestead was a popular spot in town, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The food was good, and the service was friendly. But things changed in December 1941 with the attack on Pearl Harbor, followed by the entry of the United States into World War II. Across the nation, people found ways to support the war effort, including in Thurmond. Citizens saved scrap metal, planted victory gardens, and even wrote letters of support to soldiers abroad. Military supplies and troop trains came through Thurmond regularly, often stopping in town to take on coal, water, and sand. There often wasn't time for the soldiers to get off the trains, so they would hang out of the windows, waving at everyone they saw. Sometimes boys would meet the troop trains. Soldiers would toss the boys money to run and buy them a pop or chips before their train pulled away. On one occasion, a soldier got off the train and stopped at the Homestead. Ida chatted pleasantly with the young man as he sipped his Coke and ate his sandwich. He paid his bill, and when he got to the door, gave Mrs. McClure a wave and said kindly, "Well, goodbye, Mother." Ida was so touched by this gesture that she completely broke with emotion and decided then and there to do all she could for the boys in service. "I want to do something to help out in the war effort," Miss McClure explained. "So I decided I would serve the men for free. Some days, as many as a dozen men would stop in my restaurant." During those war years, Ida served any soldier in uniform for free, and ministers, too. Though segregation was common in those days, Mrs. McClure served white and black soldiers alike. Many soldiers noticed McClure's collection of salt and pepper shakers and miniature dogs displayed in the restaurant window, so they sent her packages and letters of thanks for her generosity. Ida got mail nearly every day. She would often send letters and packages back to her boys. Many people called her Mother Ida. McClure saved memories of her boys from near and far in scrapbooks, too. By the time the war ended, McClure had displayed over 65 soldier photographs, 168 miniature dogs, and over 512 sets of salt and pepper shakers given to her by soldiers she had befriended. These shakers came from nearly every state in the Union and abroad. Mrs. McClure sold the Homestead restaurant on VJ Day, the day the war ended with Japan in 1945. Ida lived in Thurmond for the rest of her days. Her husband, Mac, passed away in 1960. Ida McClure passed in 1967. She's buried in a cemetery in Oak Hill. Ida's family doesn't recall what became of the collection of salt and pepper shakers, but this legend of her community support lives on. The story of Ida McClure from Thurmond is one of many tales to find in New River Gorge National River, a place where history is hidden in plain sight. This is one of many heritage sites in southern West Virginia. Now go out and discover more stories of people, our history hidden in plain sight.